MMA Boxing Talk here. This is a prediction video for AJ McKee versus Derek Campos, taking place Saturday. Of course, this is the beginning of round 2 of the featherweight Grand Prix in Bellator. It started off as a 16-man tournament. Now they're down to 8. They had a whole selection process where the fighters each had a number in a live show after an event, and they picked their slots, and then the last 4 guys got to pick who they wanted to face, and then the champion had the ability to bump someone. So I love that. It's very, very cool. They've done it before, I believe, in Pride and K1, where they've had the fighters have say in the selection process. So anyway, round 2 starts. You got the first matchup is, of course, AJ McKee versus Campos in December, and then January you got Adam Borix versus Darian Caldwell, and then in February you got Daniel Weichel versus Emmanuel Sanchez, and then in March Pitbull versus Pedro Carvalho. So that's an interesting round 2. I'll be making videos for all of them. I'm really interested in this tournament. But to the fight at hand this Saturday, you know, Derek Campos, a tough boxer, wrestler, come forward. He's had some fights go his way and not so much, but he's a tough game opponent. I think it'll be another good test for AJ McKee. You know, in his last fight, he fought Pat Curran, former 2-time Bellator champion, and he pretty well had his way with him pretty easily, cruising to a decision. You know, I'm really high on McKee. This kid, he really seems to have everything going for him. He's 24 years old. He'll be, 25, I think, early next year, but he's still 24 at the moment, and he just, in my opinion, he's the guy. He's the future, especially in Bellator. I think he's honestly one of the better featherweights in the world, and he'll have his opportunity to prove somewhat how good he is in this tournament. I don't know if he can win it. I think if he does win it, it wouldn't surprise me, because he's that talented. He's got that much confidence and belief in his abilities, and I think I'm predicting McKee to win. I have personally McKee winning by stoppage. I think Derek Campos is going to his style is just he's going to be there to hit, and McKee is so dangerous. He's so good in every aspect. It's interesting. And his Wikipedia bio, when it has their style, it could be boxer, jiu-jitsu, whatever. This is AJ McKee's, okay? And you got to remember, he's been training for a very long time. His old man was a fighter, very underrated fighter. He fought for like 20-year career, and with a record of 30-6. So his old man has been there, done that. He has a lot of experience and a lot of wealth of knowledge to pass on to his son. And so anyway, but just for fun, AJ McKee on Wikipedia, his style is wrestling, BJJ, boxing, karate, judo, and kickboxing. I'm pretty sure when it comes to MMA, all those 6 disciplines, that's going to cover your ass pretty good. So AJ McKee, all to say, he's a natural, and I know it's still early. He hasn't had that many tough opponents yet. His last one, Pat Curran, was a solid opponent. This one, Derek Campos, another solid opponent. But in this tournament, he's going to continue to fight better and better opponents. So I'm looking forward to see how he can do in this tournament. I'm not going to predict that he wins it, not quite yet, but I think he's got a good chance. I think he really does. And another interesting stat: ESPN put out a list, top 25 MMA fighters under 25 years old, and AJ McKee was number 1 on that list, and he was ahead of Sean O'Malley, Edmund Shabazian. Can't remember who else was on that list, but those were the guys at the top. So that's saying a lot, but he's got to go out and prove it. So I cannot wait. This guy, there's a lot of things we haven't seen in his game. We haven't seen his whole arsenal yet. He really hasn't had to use it all yet. We really haven't seen him elbow throw any elbows on the feet. We haven't really seen him use all of his kicks, especially, you know, the oblique kick, the kick to the knee, a la John Jones. We haven't seen him use those as well. You know, we did see him use elbows on the ground. When Pat Curran ended up getting a takedown on him, it didn't really favor Pat Curran whatsoever to get that takedown, because at the end of the day, all he did was take AJ McKee down and eat a bunch of vicious elbows. I think one on the top of the head that cut him really well. So he got the takedown, sure, but he only got cut up in the process. So AJ McKee, dangerous everywhere he goes. Really high on this guy. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is going to be, you know, a good test for McKee, but I do think he's going to put out Derek Campos, but we'll see what happens. That's it for this one. If you liked the video, subscribe. And lots going on this weekend. Oh my gosh, you got Glory Heavyweight Championship, Rico Verhoeven versus Badr Hari rematch. That should be a lot better than the first one. You got Daniel Dubois in boxing, heavyweight prospect. He's fighting. Obviously Frankie Edgar, Korean Zombie. I already made a prediction video for that, so go check that video out. There's also a grudge match in boxing, Tony Harrison versus Jermell Charlo, another rematch for the 154-pound strap, WBC. These guys really don't like each other. That should be an interesting fight. And I think that's it for the most part. Tonight, of course, Danny Jacobs taking on Chavez Jr. And that's about it. But anyway, enjoy the fights this weekend. Let me know what you guys think. If you liked the video, give a like and subscribe. Peace.